Going live. Live, live, live. Going live. Well, we are live. Hi, come say hello to me. Oopsie, sorry. Missed that one. I was typing and I hit the return key. What's your sign? What's your sign? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Okay, hey, welcome. Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. I want to help you get your mojo back. My husband just slammed the door to his office. Thanks, Dean. Thanks, honey. So, I'm gray again. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand. Let's see if that worked. Oh, yes, a little magic in the house. Okay, so Elaine Marolakos Edelson, let's start over with Astrology Mojo. I want to help you get your mojo back. And if you know me or you don't know me, then you do or don't know that I say that the planets in astrology don't do anything to you, that we live in a cooperation with the cosmos. When the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, the planets reflect that by way of aspects and angles in astrology. Astrologia. Yes. Basically, astrology just talks about your timing. Time for wealth, health, passion, and purpose. Come say hello to me. Hey, who's here? Elizabeth. Today we're going to be talking about Neptune, your muse, Elizabeth, for Pisces. And I'm going to look at how it's conjuncting Mercury this week and also what it can mean for each of the elements in astrology. That would be the fire elements, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, the water elements, Pisces, Cancer. Who did I miss? Wait a minute. Oh, Scorpio. Sorry, Scorpio. The air elements, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then the earth elements, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So we're going to cover the sun and rising signs today. And I have to say this. I was going to save this for the end, but I got to do it up top. Come say hello to me, by the way. Who's here? Elizabeth. Big smile on the face. Who else? Come say hello. So I pull cards for the group each time I do this. And the other day, 2 days ago, I pulled cards from the Brian Froud deck and the Jessica Macbeth deck of the Fey Forest, of the Fey World. And they were 2 cards. And hang on. And today I was mixing up the cards, and pulled 2 cards, the same 2 cards. And I was going to wait till later, and I'll bring it up again later, but it just makes me laugh. Indy of indecision and the maiden of childlike joy. So there's a message in the air, folks. Yeah. Hey, Kate. Hello. Message in the air. How's everyone doing? How are we adjusting? How are we taking on the vibe of personal growth? Yeah, who wants to do personal growth? No, people want to binge, watch, and eat. They want to do what they want to do. They want to get paid for it, and they want life to be simple, right? Who doesn't? I was watching a video on YouTube this morning about a woman who passed away in just after 2012, and she was around for the epidemic in, I don't know. She was born in 1907, but she was around for the epidemic, the 1917 epidemic, and how in her village, in her town in America, she and her parents survived, but the town, most of it didn't. And they had to dig graves, and she talked about making soup for people, and her mother would give her, she said, soda water. And that was she was convinced would alkalize the body, and how people get through because there was no medicine. Sulfur was the medicine of choice, and there wasn't any. So how one family got through, and pretty much buried half the town after nursing them. So we've come a long way, baby. Commercials pop up in my head all the time. To get where you got to today. I think that's a cigarette commercial. Yeah, okay. Let's not go there. All right, we're talking about Neptune in Pisces conjuncting conjoin, which is usually within 8 degrees, but when Neptune is involved, for me, it's 4 degrees. 4 degrees to 0. 4 degrees to exact degree. And when that happens, oh yeah, there's lots of stuff. It's all about your perception. It's all about what's going on behind the scenes. And that can deal with addiction. It can deal with obsession. It can deal with creative inspiration. It might deal with medicine, science, and higher vibe frequencies. That deals with, can be religious or spiritual. You know, someone has an aha moment. That's what that's about. So I pulled up some previous dates of when Neptune was exact degree with Pisces. And you can look up in your calendars and in your world how this applied to you, if it did at all. Sometimes it doesn't. So now we are looking at a Neptune conjunct Mercury today, which is April 2nd, or is it the 3rd? I don't know. 2nd. Okay. Hey, Bonnie's here too. Hi, Bonnie. Where was I? April 2nd. Also April 2nd, 2019. Exactly 1 year ago. March 24th, 2019. February 18th, 2019. So obviously Mercury was retrograde at that time and going back and forth and conjuncting Neptune, which hardly ever moves from the perspective of the Earth. February 25th, 2018. Okay, so if you look at those past dates, history helps us to help to predict the future, but also to be prepared in order to change it. So when you look at those dates, when Mercury and Neptune were conjunct, exact degree, then we can get an estimation, or you can in your life, of what you might expect. Did you have difficulty with medication? Were you so tired you slept all the time? Did you have inspiration after inspiration to solve problems? Were you guided to a different doctor, perhaps, or healing modality? The very next Mercury conjunct Neptune will occur on March 29th, 2021. So, yeah, there's a while. So think about that. Make sense? You know, I have to move the screens around so I can actually see who's here. Let me move this over here, and I'll move this over here. And I sound like the cowardly lion in The Wizard of Oz. Oh, no, was it the scarecrow? And they threw this over here and that over there. Hey, Bonnie. Hello, Cancer, Moon, and Cappy. Elizabeth is a Pisces, that we know. Kate, a Virgo. Hildegard von Bingen. That's what I think of when I hear Virgo. She made music way back in the 15th century. Okay, so let's look at the screenshot that I took this morning. I'm so professional. And here we are. The sun is in Aries. Uranus is in Taurus. Venus is in Gemini. And we've got a cluster. Look at the bucket that way. Look at the bucket. We've got Mars in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius. We've got Pluto in Capricorn, which will be there a while. 24 degrees, exact conjunct Jupiter. So I'm excited for this double thing going on now. Wait a minute. There we go. Hey, folks. Now look at that. We've got Mercury and Neptune both in Pisces. And with a double conjunction of Neptune and Mercury and the dream, when you wish up, yeah, that's what it is. It's like I dream of a greater day. I dream of going outside. I dream of when I finish my novel. I dream of that thing last night, and I wrote it down, and I don't get what that means. 16 umbrellas and a lizard. I don't. So when you start dreaming, conscious or otherwise, you're pulling up things from your subconscious, non-conscious self, yeah. But also we've got the Pluto, Jupiter. I got to go the right way now. There, is it there? I'll just use my other hand. The Pluto, Jupiter in Capricorn. This is my pointer. Pluto, Jupiter in Capricorn. And what is that? Jupiter is all about expansion. Pluto is core core transformation, TNT for the psyche in Capricorn, which represents the stoicism, the brick and mortar buildings, the evolution of a thing into its next thing. Okay, so what's happening, folks? Well, there's so much happening all at once. I'm just going to focus on the elements. As I said earlier, if you're just joining us, sun, rising, and moon will apply to the fire sign elements with these conjunctions. Okay, so let's take a look. So let's just start with fire signs, since that's what I was talking about. Fire signs, Aries. This particular Neptune-Mercury conjunction takes place in your 12th house. Now, be sure to listen to your sun, rising, and moon for this particular reading, okay? So if you could be a rising Aries with a sun in Taurus. So just make sure you listen to the grouping so you get a more in-depth look at what's happening for you. Okay, so Aries, sun, rising, moon, 12th house. So what does that mean? This particular time is about you getting over yourself, especially boredom and extremes. Whatever addictions that you might have, and that can be drinking or recreational meds or looking at idle time or the things that make you feel imprisoned or crazy. What makes you feel crazy? Oh, I've been working all my life and now I'm stuck at home and I'm looking at that pile of crap in the closet and it's making me nuts. Okay, so Aries, sun, rising, and moon. Now's the time to really get into the behind the scenes. Neptune represents behind the scenes and also your psyche in the 12th house. So where can you heal something right now? That's the question. Where can you be inspired through either a spiritual or a religious or a creative activity? Maybe some chanting, maybe some meditating, maybe some painting, drawing, writing, really getting into the what you think is an illusion and is it really true for you still today? That's what we want to look at, okay? Hey, Lucy's here as well. Capricorn is your sign. Welcome, Capricorn. Okay, the next fire sign we have is Leo. Remember to listen to sun, rising, and moon and also your grouping because you may be a sun in Leo but have a rising in Capricorn. Okay, so sun in Leo, rising or moon. 8th house. So with Neptune and Mercury in your 8th house, let's look at your legacy and what you're doing right now with your finances, your insurance. There's a lot that's changing. I know it feels crazy making. But remember, the structure is changing to help to accommodate your growth. Now, it doesn't always feel good, Leo, sun, rising, moon, but you can explore through research, phone calls. You have the time now. What is it like to switch insurance policies? What is it like if maybe you're a freelancer and you don't have any insurance? How can you motivate your clients to still work with you? Or perhaps how can you work with your spouse or your significant other or your main inner community, but especially a spouse or significant other, on upping your vibe through sensuality, through romance, through healing, through sexual healing, through sleep, nourishment. So we want to look at the subtle energies of, the 8th house deals with how things can change very quickly in a relationship to another person or your perception. Remember, Mercury's involved here, to your perception of, I'm not going to squander. Some people might be saying, I'm just going to blow it. I'm just going to binge all my credits in Amazon on, The Walking Dead. That's all. So we want to be careful of extremes for any sign, rising or moon. Okay, Leo? But the upside is now you can literally tap into the channel that creates inspiration to help you heal any level of body, mind, spirit. Okay, Sagittarius, also a fire sign. The energy, sun, rising, or moon, is in the fourth house, and that's all about home, family, your four walls, the structure, what you can do within the home, how you can reach the outside world through technology, through meditation, through visualization, and also bring healing into the home. Maybe if you're alone and you're isolated, you might say to a group of friends, hey, let's do a Zoom. Let's get together, or a Skype, or some kind of community thing, and play a game or talk about what we're doing to heal or to dream. You can start a club online, a book club online. So Sagittarius, sun, rising, and moon, this is a really good time for you to focus on cleaning up the house, and then looking at the inside of you and saying, what would nourish my spirit the most? Where can I get rid? And there can be water issues as well with Pisces involved. It can be mold. It can deal with the pipes. It can be, I'm going to install a water softener. Or I think it's time to get a reverse osmosis system in my house and purify what I'm drinking. So there's, water is involved, but also the flow of who you are in the house. So, you know what I did also? I want to go back to the fire signs before I continue, because I pulled a card for each of the elements, and I'm so sorry I spaced on that. So getting back to the fire signs, pardon me, I'm a little spacey this morning. I was doing some heavy dreaming last night. This one card that I pulled for the fire signs is called The Gift. Whimsy, excitement, curiosity. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Can you see that? The Gift. And it has to do with simple on the outside, but perhaps magical within. What can you do on the inside now? Fire signs, Aries, Sag, Leo. Would it be the fulfillment of an old wish? Something you've been wanting to do, but never had the time? Or remember the curiosity we have before opening presents, the magical space between dreams and truth. A gift reminds us of the excitement we have in these special moments. Aries, Leo, Sag. The gift. Really moving into that space of inner well-being. What do I do with myself at home? And the energy I share with my significant other. And any joint resources. Utilizing magic. That's part of Neptune energy, so that's really appropriate. Okay, so I hope that that's helped. Now, earth signs. Taurus, we look at the 11th house for you. Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. And come say hello, Nafisa. Hello, Capricorn. Tell you something about you. Well, you're wonderful. You're spectacular. You're so creative. What do you want to do now that Jupiter is in your sign of Capricorn? Expansion is yours, my dear. Hey, Lucy, also with you. Okay, the earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, listen up. Whether you're sun, rising, or moon, this applies to you. With Taurus now, the 11th house, this is about you reaching out to other people. How can you be more communal? How can you gather a community and help it feed your soul? Now, it can be with family and friends. It can be with clients. It can be a new way to work with your team, because maybe you're at home and you can't get back to the office. So how do you group that? I know a Taurus who's a teacher, and now, 5th grade, and she's doing everything online now and working till late hours. And thank you all teachers for your contribution to our society during this time. So 11th house represents the dream come true. Neptune is about dreams, the illusion of addiction, of escapism, but also about the dream of wanting to incorporate, the group into your community. So do you have, I'm a Taurus, and I am doing a weekly writing thing with another person another writer who we do a 15-minute exercise, and it's helping me to keep up my writing chops. So I'm utilizing Mercury, which would be representing communication, and writing my book, and also technology, but that's also a Uranus thing, and reaching out to a community of friends. Okay, so the 11th house deals with friendships and dreams coming true and elders and mentors. So you might become, Taurus, you might become the mentor to someone in a much more significant way now, and helping your dreams to come true as well. So Virgo, 7th house. Okay, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. This is all about the partnership that you have, or lack of thereof. And did I miss something? Virgo, Pisces is your opposite energy. So let's incorporate some more magic into your realm. Let's incorporate more healing and less illusion. So if your partnership right now is teetering on, just pretending that it's okay when it's not, this is the time now to have more heart-to-heart talks. Between now through April 6th is the concentrated time that Neptune is conjunct Mercury, same degree. Concentrated time, more intense energy. Remember, the planets aren't doing this to you. It's about your timing. So Virgo, sun, rising, and moon, you might be ready to say to your spouse or your roommate or a high-end client that you've been dealing with, there needs to, for us to progress, there needs to be some variations on how we communicate. There needs to be putting cards on the table. There needs to be more empathy and compassion. There needs to be a little more magic and a lot less extreme illusion, like pretending that it's not happening. If you have a spouse who drinks and it makes you uncomfortable, now's the time to have this conversation, Virgo, sun, rising, or moon. If you have a client who they come back for the same thing over and over and over again, boring. How about we infuse a little inspiration and give them some wings so that they can fly on their own? Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. Okay. 7th house is all about partnership. So how would you like to partner during this time? That's the question that's being presented to you. Capricorn, 3rd house, all about communication, writing, perceiving, meditating. Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon. So you want to get rid of the victim's voice, because Neptune for you represents the victim, but also the magical fantasy illusion that inspires you. And I don't mean unhealthy illusion. Like, oh yeah, if I just wish and pretend, it'll start snowing because I really miss the snow. No, that's not going to happen. Okay. You know what I'm talking about, right, Capricorn? It's about getting it down on paper. It's about educating yourself. Now is the time to look at online courses. What can you do to up your vibe, to change your mind, to get out of that victim place, or to get out of that smaller place that says, I don't know how? Well, the universe will show you how if you're open to it. I meditate twice a day now, and I love it. And these are lengthy meditations. I'm a Capricorn rising sign. These are lengthy meditations. And during that time of meditation, my intention is very specific. So each meditation has a specific purpose and intention. I want you to do the same, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon, because when you do, during this Neptune-Mercury conjunction in Pisces, the magic can come through. Miracles can happen. Suddenly you have an aha moment and you say, I've been approaching this in a totally, negative way. Let's put a positive spin on it. You call the company and you go, but I can't, it doesn't work. Now it's, hey, I'm just wondering if we can alter the terms of the agreement because of what's happening that's going on. Because of what's happening, let's talk about it. What can we do? How can we solve this problem? Do you understand? So Neptune, for everyone, deals with any version of illusion, magic, ideal vision, creative inspiration, even horses. Solving the problem through moving energy. And that means your thoughts have to change before energy and matter can form. Ta-da! So it can be as simple as Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon. You're ready to write that book. You're ready to edit that book. You're ready to move to a place of authority. Jupiter's in your sign right now, conjuncting Pluto. So it's time to get rid of the boo-hoos. Insurance company, I can't pay this because okay, well then let's put a happier vibe on it. Listen, we're all going through something. And I'm wondering if you can work with me right now. Because I'm looking for a solution. And that switch in energy comes from a sense of support, inner and outer. And that is increased through meditation. Where do you get your inspiration from? It can't always be about you in the negative. It's got to be about you rising above it and making something, showing the world, showing yourself and the world eventually that you have power on one topic at least. What is that topic? Okay, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon. I hope that helps you. Now, Earth signs, your card it's very cute, weaving flowers. What's that? It's called, what number is that? 33. Let me look. Because I'm not fully familiar with this deck. Katrine Welts-Stein, 33. Creator, what are we talking about? Art of the universe, integration, right? Integrating your power. A woman gathering delicate petals of blossoms, making them into flowers. She's calm and concentrated on her work. This woman is a creator. That's what it says in the book. She draws from the petals falling from the sky and growing from the earth. Inspiration is all around. Gather it up and create a new whole. What can you create, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon, Taurus, and Virgo, Sun, Rising, and Moon, with partnerships, with your community, with your thoughts? Your entire world is predicated upon what you think, and that is science. So as soon as you get over yourself, the sooner you can dream it into real being. Dream it into being. That's what we want. Okay, water signs. Stay with me, people. Oh, Lucy says, thank you for the wake up moment. You're so welcome. Save me from the thing that I've become. I can't wake up. Yes, you can. Sure you can. Water signs, Cancer, 9th house. And hang on, I'm just going to put the next card for the next grouping in where it belongs. Okay. Now, Cancer, 9th house. What's this all about? Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon. How about the contracts that you have with others? You're getting to a point of eliminating. You know, it used to be a job came in, you just took it, you did it because, you know, you're in service and you want to help other people. With Neptune in Pisces, conjuncting Mercury in Pisces, it tells me, the planets aren't doing it to you, but it tells me you're ready to really have the higher vibe client. You're really ready to move your procedures, your protocols, your business plan into, and even if you're retired or you work from home, or you're a mom or a dad and you don't work, how you set up the protocol is not just doing it all yourself anymore. Okay, let's face it, Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon. I just have to check off the ones I've done or I'll repeat myself. Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Are you ready to utilize this energy to call? And the 9th house is all about higher frequencies, higher education. How can you teach your clients, your contemporaries, maybe your students, your family members? How can you express the new version without the stress or the victim? Remember, the illusion is victimization, that I don't have it because I don't have enough because I'm separate. Well, you're not separate from anything. If anything is happening right now, we're learning how to communicate in new ways. Okay, so with the 9th house, contracts will be changing. And that can mean my sister is a Cancer and she's a wedding planner in one of the most beautiful destinations ever here in Sedona. Well, she's had 2 cancellations already, but that's okay because she had so much going on. She's like, I can breathe now. But now the next grouping of brides, they're all like, So for every bride, there's approximately 15 vendors. So my sister is now orchestrating a new plan on how to reschedule them. Still, everything's up in the air with the virus. And so, it's a juggling act. So my husband, also a Cancer, and he's got some new clients in more than ever now because of this. He works at home. He's a marketing expert, copywriter, and he's an idea man. So now he's looking at what kind of process maps can I make? How can I restructure and orchestrate my business to get help? So he's going to be hiring someone. So the 9th house deals with contracts, law, education, higher education, and also the thought forms that you think that create bigger matter, the matters of business, the matters of law as well. So Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon, just be aware that now is a very busy time for you. I'm sure you already know that. And to utilize that time through education, whether it's teaching or learning, what are the new systems that you can use to implement to up that vibe? Okay, Scorpio, our next water sign. Oh, let me look in. Hey, Casey's here. You're not late. You're always on time. Gallet, Gemini, drum roll. So much energy, intuition, transformation. Yes. Okay, so Scorpio, 5th house. Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Remember to listen to your Sun, Rising, and Moon sign because all of these energies will apply. So I'm grouping them today by elements. Okay, so Scorpio rising, Scorpio Sun, Rising, or Moon, we are looking at the 5th house. Now this is home, as it relates to creativity, children, problem solving, risk taking, and also your creative expression. So with Pisces in a water sign, just like you are a water sign, and Mercury also conjunct in that water sign, this is a really great time to find a passion. Can it be photography? Neptune represents illusion, so that also deals with film. So maybe you're watching like a ton of movies. Okay, cool. What does it inspire you to do? Repaint your kitchen, start a club. I don't know. Work with the grandkids. I know a Pisces, in fact, 2 Pisces who have grandkids, and every day they have lunch via Zoom or via FaceTime with their grandchildren. And they tell stories and they talk about stuff, and the kids are anywhere from 2 to 10 years old. And so that's what they're doing. That's how they're utilizing space and time and the creation of things. So Scorpio, I have a client who's a Scorpio rising who is doing more photography now. So there's another. I said Pisces, but I meant Scorpio earlier. But okay, so 5th house, romance. So if you are alone, okay, not much you can do there, except to start creating something that feels, and romance doesn't have to mean sex. It can mean what feels pleasurable in my house. What can I create? Are you writing anything? Are you singing? Are you sculpting? Are you any kind of creative process? Scorpio, Sun, Rising, or Moon now is going to help you to really move forward in feeling better, more attuned. Now, if you start drinking or using recreational meds or eating a lot of sugar, that's the negative version of this, and it's only going to take you into a negative spiral. The woe is me, the not enoughs, and then the more separation you have with the outside world, the more isolated you feel, and the lower your vibe and your frequency and your immune system. So, Scorpio, I want you to lift that vibe and get creative. Just color. Draw, write, sing, dance, movies, music. Really move that energy. Okay, Pisces, this is all about your 1st house. Now, if remember, Pisces energy deals with, Neptune energy deals with medication and higher frequencies. So if you are on a medication that it's new or you've had it for a long time and you're suddenly not feeling well, I want you to rethink what's happening. Maybe research more, talk to different doctors, talk to holistic healers, really incorporate the gamut and the whole range of what can happen and what's possible. because your first house in anyone's chart, deals with personality, body parts, and childhood traumas. So let's bring up the illusion, the imaginary stuff. Like, yes, as an example, I once knew a woman, not for very long, and we weren't that intimate, but I met her on vacation, and we were in a spa together, and we just started chatting. And she started talking about her boyfriend. And I said, oh, that's cool. And then she went on and on to talk about her boyfriend. And I was like, okay, that's great. And I said, oh, so how long have you been together? She goes, well, we've been talking for, and the way she said we've been talking for, 9 years. And I said, okay, so are you married? Are you living together? She said, oh, no, we've never met. Okay, this is an illusion. So to have a boyfriend that you've never met is an illusion. You need interaction, right, with someone to form a relationship of any lasting value. And so that's an illusion. So if you have long distance relationships, let's say, or you are keeping someone at bay because you're afraid of losing your independence. First house has a lot to do with independence. Or if you have this feeling that you want to be part of something, you feeling separate, now you can't go out. What do you do? So Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, to have this conjunction in the first house is really bringing up, what are you addicted to? Where are your extremes? What are the obsessions about? And then once you calculate and you write it down, you go, oh yeah, I binge sugar at 4:00 every day. Okay, for a couple of days, it's kind of fun. And then it's going to distort your thinking and your perceptions and your sleep patterns. So then you're going to negative spiral. Same thing with any kind of drug or alcohol. So once you do that and you get that out of the way and you say, okay, let me just minimize it or eat healthier. I talked to somebody in the health world yesterday and I said, what are you going to do tonight? And she said, I'm going to eat a pizza and then work out. So, okay, there's a balance. Hey, that works, right? So whatever you want to do, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, to move away from dependency and find your independence, that is the ultimate. So, and it can be done through music, art, literature. Wandara Abril. Chaucer's not high on my list of literature, but one day in April, that's today, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. Let's look at the elixir of life. This is the water card I pulled, and it is called, can you see that? Another gal with flowers. The elixir of life, healing, consolidation, reinvigoration, and truth. Does not apply to Cancer, 9th house. Let's heal those. I got to do it for everybody. No, you don't. Everyone is my client. No, they're not. I have to, go beyond my contract. No, you don't. And Scorpio, 5th house. Having fun is great. Being with kids, wonderful. The child in you, it wants to be there. That is the healing. The consolidation has to do with let's back it up on those extremes, especially the intensity that goes along with alcohol, sugar, and pharmaceuticals, recreational, and find the truth, people. Elixir of life. What is the elixir of life? Okay, she faces the flower with her eyes. I have to turn the page because I don't have these memorized. She's concentrating on the lush bloom and receiving the sweet scent of nature and the energy of life. The wind rustles her hair, whispering the truths of the universe into her ears. She can hear her own breath mingling with the wind. Sitting quietly in nature by a stream or in a garden can help still our wandering mind and heal a troubled heart. Okay, so water signs. My husband can't swim anymore. He's a Cancer. So he's been walking in the morning and then doing a sauna and then a cold shower. So he still gets the water, the sweat. He loves the sweat. And have a Scorpio client who is in recovery. So that's a wonderful thing. And finding new ways to fill that space of wound with creation, with drawing and painting. And then Pisces, I think the elixir for you is really empowering yourself with independence. All right, cool. Let's move on to the air signs, but let me check in. I need a sip of water because I'm getting parched here in Arizona. Okay, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarii. We're going to be talking about Neptune in Pisces conjunct Mercury in Pisces for you. What does that mean? Well, let's start with Gemini, Sun, Rising, and Moon. The 10th house, all right, this is all about career. Now, career, you could be retired, maybe you never worked because, you have money, or you've been at home with the kids, or you did work, but you're just thinking, do I cut back to part-time, or now I'm at home, do I even make the attempt to go online and continue my work? Whatever your work is, this is about your life direction, okay? With Neptune in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces. This is about dreaming up in a conscious way, Gemini, Sun, Rising, and Moon, how you want to proceed from this point on. What do you want to do with your time? And how is it best spent? When you look at a community of business and you say, well, I used to do this, but now I'm retired and I don't feel like volunteering. So what are you going to do with your time? You're not done yet, Gemini, Sun, Rising, or Moon. So how are you going to make that contribution? Now, Gemini itself is an energy that likes to write. It loves to learn. It loves to communicate. It can be someone who is a networker, disseminates lots of information to a lot of people, and then, okay, I'm done. I'm going home. I don't have to deal with anybody. But it's like dealing out cards in a deck. So Gemini with Pisces here now, and Mercury, your celestial guide and muse. What would you like? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? How is it forming the matter in your world? What's the next best thing you want to be doing? Now, this will include technology. Now, for some, it may involve horses as well, because if you work on a farm, or if you are an equine healer, an energy worker, or if you're someone who is writing and you're inspired by the equestrian world, or you've been binge watching TV and suddenly you come across, here's, leaping over, the equestrian thing, and you're like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I'm going to watch that. I don't know why. I'm just interested in it. Because the Gemini energy is really prodded by newness. You could have a group of friends and go, yeah, these are my friends, and I will always know them throughout my entire life. But what's over there? I'm going to go over there. Now, sometimes we, like in where we are now, we can't go. So you're going to have to do it through technology, through books, through words, through images, through, if you are in any kind of nature environment, to take that to gardening, especially getting your, I know a lot of Gemini, Sun, Rising, and Moon people who are amazing gardeners, and they know how to propagate. They know they can research things on, how to grow a pear tree from scratch in the middle of winter. It's pretty amazing to me. So looking at what you can help grow the business, your business, if you're still working, or how to translate that into I'm working from home now, or how to say, I'm done working. What do I want to do with that energy now? So 10th house is all about your career and life direction. So where do you want to take that? So the next couple of days are going to bring in some inspired thoughts. And you don't have to I'm thinking about it. You don't have to think about it. Pisces is an energy that comes in sideways. It just leaks into your dream, and you wake up and you go, oh, yeah, I want to go do that thing. Like, I have a friend who is a Gemini and a profound musician. And then one day just said, yeah, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. It's like, I have never heard you say the word law and with regard to yourself in a sentence ever. What is always, and now she's a really great lawyer. And one day, maybe an advocate for musicians or an entertainment attorney, who knows? But Gemini, it's a really good time to think about what's the future looking like for you. And there doesn't have to be any set in stone. It's just you're dreaming now. You're thinking. You're imagining. You're visualizing. Ideal vision is what Neptune's all about. Okay, Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Let me just check in. See if anybody's here. Say hello. Okay, nobody. Libra, this is all about your health, number one, and your well-being, number two, and the work you're doing. Now, I know a lot of Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon people are having a harder time making this adjustment because they have to abide by rules that are not their own. And so with the sixth house, we're also looking at how you can create an environment in your world. And it starts with Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon. You're so dedicated to getting it right perfectly the first time and to making sure that there's always relief following gratitude. And relief energy is, whew, just made it, which means you doubted that you ever would. So gratitude is, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I have exactly what I need. But the doubt that is creeping up into your psyche, Libra, with everything that's going on, I want you to really look at, if you're experiencing this, to look at the gratitude, yes, and write it down, but write down the fears. I want you to bring up those fears and clear them out. Oh my gosh, what if I lose my job during this time? Okay, what if? Keep going. What if I lose my job? Well, then this happens. And then what happens? Well, then this happens. And then what happens? Well, maybe this happens. Well, are you sure? At any point in time, are you asking for help? Are you asking for a bridge to the outside world? Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon, often you take it on, just like a Cancer would. You take it on yourself. And then you keep it all internal until suddenly you make a switch and you can't make a decision because you're, rattled by fear. So if that's happening for you, Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon, I want you to really think about the gratitudes. Yes, write those down, focus on them, really enjoy what's happening instead of the dour, oh my gosh, what if that happens? Or I should have done that instead. So we want to bring that up and we want to move it out. We want to clear out that energy, really, big time, because it's not serving you. And it's going to affect your health first and foremost. And I don't say that to frighten you, but I want you to become aware of the correlation. That if you're thinking, suddenly you can't get past go, you start coughing, or you have aches in your back, or your hip is out and you can't get out, or you move your body and think that every movement that you have, Sun, Rising, Moon, Libra, every movement that you engage is stretching your imagination. And of course, dealing with medicine, because Pisces, Neptune energy is about medicine and vibrational healing. There can be many remedies that come to you now in a dream, or somebody's talking to you and says, oh, have you ever tried thyme? Someone said to me recently, just make a tincture out of thyme and it clears out nasal congestion. Oh, cool. So start being open to creating that bridge. All the air signs need to create the bridge. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You need to create that bridge to not just doing it yourself. It's not just one way or thinking it's this. It's being open to what comes your way. And then utilizing it and see what happens. Be your own research assistant. So Libra, once you get the health thing going and the work thing, then what happens is you really strengthen your resolve in, I want to serve. I want to serve because I know I'm grateful for what I have. I know that it's working, and I trust that my needs are met. Okay, Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Now Aquarius, last but never least, Aquarius. Let me just check these off. How's everybody doing? Gotta take a sip. Ha la la. Okay. Now, Aquarius, second house. We are looking at a new way, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, for you to really earn your keep and to move your income into an outflow that brings more income. So whether you're in school and you're learning, it can be the resources that you rely on. Oh, now I need a computer to get my homework done, or I'm a senior and we're not going to be graduating except maybe in the summer. I don't know. It's all up in the air. Okay, what are you going to do with this time? Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon. And moving that energy is something that's not uncommon for you. Sometimes it's almost like zzz, zzz, you have that going on. Air signs do a lot more. They have that impetus to move, and what's that? I got to do that, and let me learn that, and then with it comes a heaviness sometimes, or it can be extreme. It's either the heaviness or the lightness. Now with Neptune in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces, the communication around your perceptions, and this is for everyone, communication around your perceptions that relate to your worth, especially now for Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, is big. So let's say you're a vendor and you had all these things planned, and now everything's been canceled, so now you can't. You can't. Okay, so you might have to return funds. You might have to find a new way of utilizing what monies you do have to creating a different platform. Maybe you go online, maybe you do Facebook Lives, maybe you're doing webinars now. Perhaps, like our child, who is an Aquarius rising, making small ceramic creatures and selling them online. So what can you do now to increase? It's not just your income. The bottom line now is, where do you feel like you're not worth it? Where do you feel like you're in debt? Now, debt can deal with finances, emotional debt, physical debt. I'm isolated. I'm lacking the group. Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, you thrive on interaction. So how can you, and I know for most of the signs, it has to do with, how do I take what was here and now I make it this way through technology? And Aquarius, you're guided by Uranus, and Uranus literally means the heavens and the cosmos. And in astrology, it deals with space and higher technology. So now's the time to get that Venmo account, or the Etsy, sign up for Etsy and to promote your product, or to tell your clients, okay, no problem. I'm going to take a small amount of time and I'm going to transfer everything that I'm doing and I'm going to put it online. And I might have to record some things and make an evergreen recording that it's a teaching thing, and then I make money from that, or I sell my music, or I figure out how to continue my college education via technology. It's going to be technological. But bigger than that for you, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, really is your self-worth. And Neptune's going to kind of wave into, what's the part of you that says it's never going to happen? Or, yeah, I'm doomed. Or this sucks. And then stay there. And then never come out of it. So this is with Saturn in your sign right now, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon. This is a time of evolution and maturation. So your timing is such that you are going to be separated from certain things to grow, so that you're not so attached to what was. That's not an easy lesson. It doesn't feel good. And Saturn in general is in the sign of Aquarius for the next couple of months to July 2nd, retrogrades back into Capricorn, and then in December moves forward for 2.5 years in Aquarius. We're going to see technology grow and business grow through technology. And this is just the sneak peek. So Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, take heart, because you have support. And I want you to remember, especially air signs, create that bridge to the outside world so that you have an income, so that you ask for help, so that you don't, because that's going to be hard. It might be easier for you to give than it is to get it back, but now's the time of growth and to really accept that change. Okay, air signs. I pulled Lullaby for you. Now, I've never pulled this card before. It's actually a very beautiful card. It's about restoration and dreams. What are we talking about? Dreams, rhythms, and lullaby. As dusk arrives, we notice a cello player about to play a lullaby to welcome the sleep we need so dearly. I just have to break in and say, once I dated an Aquarian, and we were driving somewhere, and he just pulled out, he was a musician, he pulled out a cello, set it up in the middle of the street at a dead end, and just started playing. And I really felt like I entered into a dream. Then finished the song, the piece that he was playing, he put it back in the trunk, and then we went on to a restaurant. The cycles of day and night, light and dark, orchestrate our natural sleep rhythms. We give so much during the day. The nighttime is ours to recover. All right, so look at that card. It's just beautiful. On his instrument, we can see the moon and stars. They are guardians of our dreams tonight. Rest with nature's lullaby, blowing gently through the window. Air signs. Tomorrow, wake to all the days of your life. And I think that's a beautiful card to wrap it up with. So, air signs, your ability to create a work environment, an income environment, a self-worth environment, and a health environment through your dreams, and Neptune and Pisces and Mercury. One great method, this will apply to everyone, but especially for air signs now. Whatever dilemma you think you have, I want you to write it down, a paragraph at least, right before you go to bed. Keep a dream journal right before you go to bed. Today this happened, I went here, I did this, I stayed at home, nothing happened, it's kind of boring, this is how I feel, la la. One paragraph. And then be open to and write, my intention is to dream a solution. That's it. And then wake up and then write down your solution. Now, it may be in symbols, so you're going to have to delve a little further into, well, to me, an umbrella means, to someone else, it might mean something else. So you have to just delve into your dream dictionary. And eventually, your self-worth will be on the rise, and so will your income. All right, folks, I hope this has helped. Everybody seems quiet and stunned. Listening? I hope this has helped. Because, as I said earlier, Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, this conjunction this week through April 6th is here to show you exactly what you can dream, what you can be, how to create a reality, vibrational healing methods, that's chanting, that's music, anything that creates a movement in you that inspires you to heal, change, grow, write, commune in a new way, and ultimately heal that vibe. Now, just a recap very quickly. The last time Mercury and Neptune were conjunct in Pisces was April 2nd, 2019. Before that, March 24th, 2019, February 18th, 2019, there was a retrograde happening back and forth. And then February 25th, 2018, you can always check your calendars and see in that week of those dates what was happening for you. And you'll get a better idea of what can be happening now, but on a new level. And then, of course, the next one, March 29th of 2021, is when this will happen again. So take notes and be your own research assistant. Okay, folks, I hope this has helped. Hello. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. Okay, we just saw Troop Zero the other day. It was so cute. My heart. And 1917. A cinematic, brilliant must. Must. Let's see. I will be back on, you know what? I'm looking at April 6th, but I'm vibing April 7th, Tuesday. I'll be back on Tuesday at 10 a.m. I don't know why lately everything's been turning out to be Tuesday, Friday instead of Monday, Thursday. Yeah, next week I'm going to be doing Tuesday, Friday, according to my schedule. Because everything has changed, right? Everything's always changing. That's life. I hope this has helped you, folks. Remember to listen to your sun, rising, and moon. And if you're just catching this in a replay, thank you for being here. Elaine Marolakos Edelson with Astrology Mojo. I'm here to help you get your mojo back. And to remember that you are pure conscious love. The planets aren't doing anything to you. You have power over you. So go be creative. Go be a spark. Light up the block. I'll see you on Tuesday, folks. Be well.